It's day 28 in quarantine, if that's correct. I don't. Every day is kind of the same now, so I have no idea, truly. I know it's a Wednesday, I know it's 2020, and I know that it's my birthday, so I thought it would be interesting to document that with the people that I've quarantined myself with and the activities that we have been doing on a day-to-day basis. So,
in just 13 days, we've gone from 0 to 1,232 confirmed cases of the coronavirus COVID-19. Today, I'm issuing a stay home, stay safe executive order for all Michiganders, and it goes into effect just after midnight tonight for at least the next 3 weeks. The goal here is simple: stay home, stay safe, save lives.
My name is Justice Keach, and I'm currently trapped in quarantine with my friend, I guess you'd say, Gabe Hales. So Gabe and I drove to Florida for spring break. Horrible drive, by the way. Corona was just kind of like this small blip on the radar, and everyone was kind of just like, you know, now everything's just gone whack. Everyone's wearing masks. I haven't bought groceries in 2 weeks because I'm scared for my life.
Hello, my name is JoJo. I am Gabe's sister, and quarantine has changed my life because I cannot skate, and I watch a lot more TikTok, and I have to do stuff outside a lot.
what?
One of these packages is for you.
What are these?
Face masks to help protect yourself. There's a lot. Wash pockets. What? They have pockets? That's pretty fancy. Nose pieces. What one do you want yours to be? I want this one. Okay. There's 2 different ones. Pretty fancy. I don't know how to wear it. Probably like this. I don't know. There are 2 masks for each of you. If you want, I can make more when I obtain real elastic. Pockets. All masks have pockets opening at the top. It's for a coffee filter, so it's safe. Or tissues, or 2 layers of cloth for extra protection, so we don't die. Then if you pull the mask over your face and tie the ends comfortably behind your head. Then you pull the mask around the back of your head, and then you tie it, I think. I'm not sure. Do I look like a doctor? Can you see my emotion on my face? That's scary. It works. Okay, I think I put it on right.
Compared to normal, I'd say I'm definitely extremely paranoid now about everything. You know, I've realized it's kind of the little things I miss about being outside of quarantine. It's just being able to go and either like get a coffee or something, or just be able to go get my hair cut without it being a whole ordeal. Other than that, life has remained pretty static for me. I don't do much. I'm a pretty lazy person. Oh, hey. Didn't see you there. There's a lot of bad things with coronavirus, but I'd say it's helped me live my best life. And I can't complain, because I don't know anyone who's died. Yeah, it's just kind of a wild ride, I'd say. Definitely one for the history books.
Hi, my name is Benton Billings, and I am a high school teacher at Lansing Everett for the past 26 years. The social isolation has been probably the toughest thing, and the biggest change. Due to the fact that I've been in my classroom for over 26 years, if ever there's something, a question that's going on about the world, or, you know, my students will ask me, they'll say, hey, what's going to happen if blah, 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 or what's going to happen if blah, blah, blah. And I always have an answer because I've been through it all. And the week before this hit, I was getting a lot of questions from my students, and I have no idea did not know. It's like you guys know as much as I do as far as what the effects of this will be, how we'll change our educational system.
I am Dana Billings, Gabriel Hales' mother, and my profession is I work for Department of Ed as a consultant. Because I work for Department of Ed, I know that they're frantically working to make sure that all children have access to technology, and they're seeing so many disparities and differences across the state, so I would imagine that's the same in the nation as well, and trying to look at how to do education differently in the future.
It's been really tough, and it's continuing to be. We can't officially assign assignments to be graded and stuff like that because we haven't worked out various issues dealing with equity, students that don't have access to the internet and stuff like that. And it looks like next Monday we're going to start going live after we get out like Chromebooks and make sure that the kids in the Lansing School District all have access to the internet.
I think the biggest difference in terms of work life is the ability to work on my porch or outside or next to my son with all of his monitors. I feel like I'm tied to my computer more. I feel like I work more, I have less downtime while I'm working from home because I'm recording what I'm doing every 15 minutes.
I'm not wired this way at all. I don't like to not be able to be out and socialize. I knew I would really miss my students. I didn't know this much. Teachers right now in Michigan are very, very, very lucky. As far as I know, we're all being paid right now, which is actually one of the things that I am struggling with that I never thought that I would. The only thing I can call it is maybe a little sense of guilt, because there's a lot of people that I know that have lost their jobs and aren't having much of an income now. And I'm one of the lucky ones. I do. I hope that we aren't leery of each other and, avoid each other, even when this is over, walking down the streets, which I'm sure it'll take a while for us to ease into.
An offer. Not ride bikes. My main pastime, you ask?
Yeah.
Xbox One.
Have you been outside a lot?
I'd say probably more than most.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, the boys are back in town, but you can't hang out with them, in real life. It's kind of crazy. Think about it, If in 20 years I'm alive, I'd tell them it was pretty neat. Because it's pretty neat, I ain't never done this before, Pretty neat though. No, pretty neat.
So I'm gonna plug that in there and maybe we can cleanse this language a little bit.
This is part of what keeps me sane during quarantine. I'm Julie Hale-Smith, and I am Gabriel's grandmother.
I'm Michael Smith. I'm a retired behavioral health nurse, and so I pretty much feed the pigeons.
What I think about all the time and what is most important to me is that my family is well. All of my family is well. The biggest difference is that I'm barely seeing my grandkids. I'm not able to touch them. I'm not able to have them in my home. I'm not able to go to their homes.
And we have had the Zoom meetings, but it's not the same as laughing with them and being able to eat with them, share meals.
The optimistic side of me sees the world continuing to be aware of and to help others the way that people have been doing. However, there appear to be some divisions in society, and what I really hope and pray is that those don't get worse as a result of this. I don't know how long this will take. I know that there will be businesses and whole communities that will suffer and might never fully recover financially and maybe even emotionally and psychologically from this. There could be really bad ramifications on out into the future as a result of that.
Yeah, I don't think that anything is going to go back to normal real quick.
I think everything's going to change. I have no idea how. I just cannot imagine going to a baseball game right now with 40,000 people in the stands. I don't know how the world's going to be different, but it's going to be different. I'm sure of that.
I don't know how anyone is seriously taking the president right now with the way that his rhetoric is on television. I think that he's trying to do something like Roosevelt in the fireside chats, and I think that it's embarrassing, and I don't know if the rest of the population thinks so, because I'm not sure how he became the president to begin with. So I don't know if people will look back on that and think that that was absolutely crazy, and that we had a president that was just so, I want to say, uneducated. I don't know, the way that he presents himself and the way that he's a model, and the way that he puts blame. I just hope that our society doesn't move towards that type of behavior because of our leadership. I hope that from this, other people turn to collaboration and leaning on each other from the bottom of the triangle to the top of the triangle. But
the little things that we've done by not driving so much, not going here and there, have had a huge impact upon air quality. I hope we don't forget all those things, because capitalism and the consumer demand that in order for that market to work, we have to consume and devour. And
we've had so many people hoarding products and buying products that they're never going to use. I'd almost say that they might not ever eat in their lifetime.
It really just takes all of us to do one or two little things and have a huge impact on the quality of our environment, the quality of the earth, the water we drink. So anyway, we'll see what happens.
I am starting to worry a little bit about layoffs and like how that would affect us if one of us were to get laid off. I try not to let any of the negative rhetoric going on affect my positive attitude, I guess.
I understand that incredible hardship that people are going through. The worry about your job, the depression of isolation, the sadness of missing out on events that you had planned to take part in. It became clear to me this weekend that there are a lot of people who, understandably, are really worried about whether or not we're ever going to get past this moment. And we are. I know that there's the worry that maybe it's 3 weeks, and then another 3 weeks, and another 3 weeks, and this will go on and on. We will get past this. We will get through this. This is not a permanent moment.
I'm going where the sun keeps shining through the pouring rain. Going where the weather suits my clothes. Banking off of the northeast wind, sail on summer breeze, skipping over the ocean.
The opening up Michigan.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Why was I watched?
I heard that. I'm looking up what's wrong now too. Okay, love you.
Okay, I love you too. Bye bye.
So, if you haven't gathered already, I'm Gabe Hales. I am recently 21, and because of the recent events, of course, for the past, I guess, 5 weeks now, I said 28 days, but it's been 5 weeks, I've been living at home. I've noticed when I woke up this morning that being at home, not being able to go outside, is been switched in my head to being quote-unquote normal. Thinking about how we went about and just did our day-to-day activities normally is kind of seeming like an odd thing now, which is very weird. I noticed that shift when I woke up. It feels like everything is the same. It feels like we have not changed at all. It feels like I was going to class in person maybe last week. At least in my personal experience, in the course of probably 3 days, went from going to class, going to work, to all of a sudden moving almost everything back home, moving my office to my dining room, I truly have no idea what is going to come from this and what is going to stem from this in terms of our world, the way that we live, the way that we work, just the way that we function as people, really. So, but aside from that, it really feels like we're all just stuck in some bubble and we're just on a repeating cycle, like in a washing machine, going over and over again. Although it is becoming more normalized, I don't know if it ever will. And yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Every day about my family. I worry about my sister way out in the state of Washington, that she doesn't get sick, that she doesn't need anything because I would not be able to go and help her. I worry less about, but I have to admit that it kind of enters into my mind occasionally that all of my retirement investments are shrinking.
I fortunately don't worry too much. We really can't, control what's going on with the virus. We just, kind of obey the rules and stay safe, stay at home.
To those of you who are hopeful we'll be able to start loosening some restrictions, stay home now to better make the odds that we're able to do that in 10 days.
I do worry about opening up the economy too soon.
President Donald Trump also announcing at his daily press conference, it's time for the economy to open and it will boom.
We must have a working economy and we want to get it back very, very quickly.
I hope once we start to see a apex, but that doesn't seem to be happening. And there seem to be new hot spots that are cropping up all over the place. So anyway, I'm kind of interested to see how things are going to fall into place because it doesn't seem like they really have a plan.
As we reopen, we know that there will be continued hardships and challenges ahead. Our goal will be to quickly identify and address any outbreaks and put them out rapidly.
What is your name?
Olivia.
And what do you think about this whole thing right now that's going on?
It's crazy.
I'm happy that so far no one in my family has gotten sick, knock on wood. That sounds horrible, but I'm really sorry about the people who have gotten sick. And I'm also happy that it's warming up and that weather is getting nicer and people can be outside. It makes me happy to see people outside.
I'm Brad.
Brad
Lewis. This is Olivia Lewis. This is my son Jackson.
Mommy's somewhere. I don't know if I did.
Mommy's a school teacher in Mason Middle School, so she's getting ready for e-learning tomorrow with all the kids. Yeah, no, it's just, it's different. Jack has a better idea. He's a little older. He's in first grade, and missing the friends and things of that nature is probably the biggest thing. Not being able to go play with your buddies and have recess at school, and So what do you miss about school, baby girl?
Especially my teacher and especially my friend Lila.
Yeah, what do you miss about them?
Well, they're pretty cool.
Yeah?
We get to do a lot of times arts and crafts.
You like arts and crafts?
Are you happy at all?
Oh yeah, I'm jumping with joy. The other thing I'm happy about, now this is kind of a double-edged sword, but some of the things that I've been working on, like writing and stuff like that, I thought, like when this happened, that I would just jump right in and be able to complete a lot of projects that I've been working on, and that hasn't happened. It's just hard to get motivated sometimes. I've got my guitars out, and I probably have touched them more in the last month or so than I have in the last 3 or 4 years. I have them setting out, so I almost have to walk over them, so they're in my way, so I pick them up quite a bit. And so it's not all bad.
mist, a stone's throw from a precipice.